beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out Team Apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Timeouts are more than just a break. They're an opportunity. At Blue 10 Design and Marketing, we help small town businesses shine, just like your team on game day. From creative branding to digital marketing, we're here to support your community. Let's build something great together. Visit blue10design.com.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregate, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dog. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
The best way to get through winter is to start planning for spring. And Grossenberg has new Honda walk-behind self-propelled mowers in stock. 3 models to choose from, residential up to commercial grade, starting at $900. Each mower features a powerful, reliable Honda GVC 200 engine, cruise control, and roto-stop technology that allows you to step away from the mower without stopping the engine. Get ready for spring with a new Honda mower from Grossenberg. Stop by one of our 9 locations today or go to grossenberg.com for more details.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a checkmark, all in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athletes.
Finishing 17-3 on your regular season, it seems like you lock up a number 1 seed, or at worst, you would get the number 2 seed when it comes to Region Girls Basketball. It's simple as that, simple math. However, when it comes to the Region 4A, you can take out everything simple about it and throw it away because there is nothing simple about this region. We see some of the best teams, if not the best teams, throughout the state of South Dakota compete within this one region. And for the Vermillion girls finishing 17-3, it was good enough for them to finish in third. And by the way, the team that finished in fourth, Elk Point Jefferson, who beat Vermillion, is now officially gone. They've been bounced, upset by the Lennox Orioles, who in their own right are a very good girls basketball team as well. But no more Elk Point Jefferson, and tonight it is the region semifinals. A trip to the Sodak 16 is on the line, and two teams, two towns that absolutely hate each other do battle once again, this time down in North Sioux City. Welcome to the pregame show. I'm Heath Nimke, and I'm excited to be on the broadcast along with Cole Larsch for this evening, as again, this is the region semifinal. It was just a couple weeks ago that these two teams met in Vermillion, where the Tanagers got a 71-63 victory over Dakota Valley, in which we saw the Vermillion Tanagers shoot 46% from the field, and Taylor Ruvers and Brooke Jensen both eclipsed the 20-point mark. Ruvers 23, Jensen with 21 points in that contest. And the Vermillion defense did a great job allowing the Panthers to shoot just 39% from the field, really held down Dakota Valley. But we know it's not going to be that way this time, as these two teams are going to make their changes. They both know each other extremely well, and we saw a lot of great things from them in that first game, but it is all about the adjustments that you can make. And again, we'll talk more about the adjustments and what both teams are going to be doing with those adjustments as we head throughout the broadcast. As I mentioned, I'm Heath Nimke along with Cole Larsch for this evening. We do have a jam-packed pregame show coming up. As always, we're going to sit down with head coach John Brooks and visit with him. We're also going to go back here in just a moment with Cole Larsch and revisit that game on Tuesday evening. The Vermillion girls, they were feeling confident heading into the first round of the region postseason. And well, first quarter, 15-13, Vermillion led by 2. Game finished 71-36, allowing Canton to score just 12 points in the second half. Some adjustments, and like we said, some confidence really got the Vermillion girls going as they were able to take care of business and get a victory in the first round to make it to this region semifinal. We'll talk more about that and also what is happening with the postseason. Again, we're going to talk a little bit more about what happened just up the road from us over in Elk Point. As again, Lennox, the 5 seed, beat the Huskies 50-41 on Tuesday, and Sioux Falls Christian, they have been off, but one win for them, and they will be into the Sodak 16, or maybe it will be Lennox, the dark horse, that can get the victory over the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. We're going to break it all down as it's time for our first time out. When we come back, we'll revisit what happened on Tuesday and how that primes the Vermillion girls for tonight. That is on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. a place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and Go Tanagers.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
In North Sioux City, as we get you set here on the pregame show for the Vermillion Tanagers taking on the Dakota Valley Panthers in the Region 4A semifinals, as right now meeting at half court. A little bit of conversation going on right there between Tammy Lilly, head coach of the Dakota Valley Panthers, and John Brooks of the Vermillion Tanagers, probably talking about their seasons and what happened a couple weeks ago. We just talked about that here on our pregame show. And as we roll on with the pregame show, let's get over to this past Tuesday when the Tanagers were in action. They took on the Canton Seahawks, and right to the right of me is the man who got to help call that game, Cole Larsch. And Cole, we thought that Vermillion was going to be tested, and they certainly were. 15-13 after quarter number one. Vermillion had a 2-point lead, but from there, and I'll even talk about this with head coach John Brooks coming up, NBA shooting from the Vermillion girls. You shoot 52% from the field in that game, 50% from deep. They allow Canton to score just a combined 12 points in the second half. A phenomenal performance by the Vermillion Tanagers after quarter number one of keeping it close, but from there just blowing the doors wide open.
Yeah, and I think Spencer Bewley and I, who was on the call with me that night, kind of talked about it earlier. As soon as that quarter ended, we went to quarter break. I mean, Roovers banks in a shot at the buzzer, else it would have been 13-12 in favor of Canton back on Tuesday, but it just seemed like that first quarter was really eerily similar to how their very first match of the season went, all the way back now 2.5 months ago was the first time that Canton and Vermillion met back on December the 9th. So it just seemed like Vermillion, they came out a little nervous, they came out a little slow. The offense wasn't quite there. They weren't quite hitting their shots that they usually hit, but their defense was keeping them in them. I mean, Vermillion, specifically Jenna Vanderweerd, seemed like she had all kinds of opportunities. She had 4 offensive rebounds in that first quarter, and it just seemed like no matter what they did, they just could not quite contain her on the inside in that first quarter. And then from there, I don't know what John Brooks said between those quarters, between the first and second quarters, but it just feels like a switch kind of flipped a little bit. They're playing much more solid defensively. They figured out Canton's zone, and Canton even tried switching zones multiple times in that second quarter because Vermillion was just getting open looks, and they outscore them 22-11 in quarter number 2. Could have been way higher, and from there, like you said, just 12 points in that second half. I mean, it was night and day difference from the first quarter to the last two. Defensively, they were not allowing anything. Offensively, they just could not miss no matter where they pulled up from. So, again, a little bit of a shaky first quarter there. A quarter that you can probably get away with just about 1 or 2 teams in the region. That's it. But from there, they bounced back really nicely. They flipped a switch in the second quarter, and it seemed like a completely different team for those last 3 quarters of that game.
That's cool. Larsch, I'm Heath Nimke. This is the Vermillion Tanagers live pregame show on Live Ticket TV. Again, recapping what happened on Tuesday. And Cole, we also have to say, gives you a lot of confidence, a lot of momentum as you head into this game, and if you're able to win the rest of the postseason to try to repeat as defending State A champions for the Vermillion girls, just to show that's how talented, that's how good of a basketball team they are. They can just completely flip a switch and make a game that's really close, all of a sudden a blowout. That being said, though, Cole, you and I have a good friend of ours who's out there in the media. YouTube video got clipped yesterday. He made sure his thoughts were clear. I know people in Vermillion saw the clip. They had some things to say on X, formerly Twitter, about how this region all stacks out. And we knew it was going to be a tough region. We saw exactly that. Lennox gets the slight upset over Elk Point Jefferson, the 5 over the 4, 50-41 on Tuesday. And the other game that was going on down here in North Sioux City, a close one about halfway through the second quarter before Dakota Valley really started to pull away. And what makes it so interesting was they put up 92 points. Again, that's impressive for even girls college basketball, or women's college basketball, if you will. Putting up 92 points as they won 92-68, as you see it there on the screen. And as we just talked about, Vermillion getting the win at 71-36. From here, Cole, there's so much debate. You and I are going to leave the debate at home because there's a lot of different things that you and I have talked about on how the format should change, why it shouldn't change, this and that. But when you look at this region, you look at these 4 teams, and the 2 that will come out certainly are going to represent this region extremely well in the SODAC 16 and probably are going to make it to a state tournament. Cole, I will say this much. You and I talked about it almost feels though if you win tonight, you have a very good chance at making it to the semifinals in the state tournament, the winner of this game tonight.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because no matter what happens in this ball game, we're looking at a top 4 team once you reseed for the SODAC 16. Dakota Valley, they currently sit 2nd in the seed points overall, as you can see there. Vermillion sits 5th, so if Vermillion gets the win, they bump up to 4 as Dakota Valley is no longer in the picture. So you're looking at right now, again, assuming a couple other scores go your way, you're looking at a SODAC 16 game with a number 12 seed who is currently sitting at 17th. That's how many teams are going to kind of go off here in this latter half of the region playoffs here in the semifinals. So like you said, you're obviously battle-tested. It's obviously going to be a tough test. We knew coming in that it was going to be a tough region. But ultimately what it comes down to is you've played these games all season. You've seen these teams all season. This isn't anything special. You just got to come in here to North Sioux City and win, and you advance. And like you said, you're going to get a really good seed. Either way, if you're Dakota Valley, you're going to get the 2-15 matchup. If you're Vermillion, barring any major upsets, you're going to get the 4 and the 4-12 matchup. So I mean, we're looking at a really high-seeded basketball team that's going to come out of this gym tonight. It should be a great game. And ultimately, I'll have one comment on the overall structure of this thing. No matter what we talk about this year, it's not going to change. We play the SODAC 16 next Tuesday. So no matter what we try to discuss now, you win now, you play again on Tuesday. You win that game, you play the next weekend out in Spearfish for the state tournament. So we knew it was going to be tough coming in. It's been tough every game this season. We played a lot of good teams. We've seen a lot of good teams. It's going to be a fun 32 minutes of basketball.
Looking forward to it. As you can also see there on the very bottom of the screen, the SD score feed is currently going through. You are seeing a couple scores right now. That is down in Class B, as they do have a couple games that are rolling already, as 3 are into action. But when it comes to Class A, nobody gets going until 7 o'clock Central Time. And even by the time this game is wrapped up, you talk about games that are happening over on the west side. Things won't be finalized when it comes to the SODAC 16. So we can only speculate from that point by the time this game is over on what is all going to be happening, but certainly we will be doing our speculating once this game is over with, and of course we have to determine who is going to win it. And there is a lot to break down in this game. They met back on February 11th. How much has changed when it comes to these two teams? How much changes are they going to make from that February 11th matchup? And what could be the huge factor, deciding factor, when it comes to maybe 3 players for tonight? And it's not the big 3 of Vermillion that we're talking about. We're going to discuss that. That's on the way next here on Live Ticket TV.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Timeouts are more than just a break. They're an opportunity. At Blue Tin Design and Marketing, we help small town businesses shine, just like your team on game day. From creative branding to digital marketing, we're here to support your community. Let's build something great together. Visit bluetindesign.com.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregates, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
It's the Region 4A semifinals here at North Sioux City between the Dakota Valley Panthers and the Vermillion Tanagers. It's a rematch back from February 11th, where the Vermillion Tanagers at that time got an upset over the Dakota Valley Panthers, according to not only the media standings, but also according to when it comes to overall the seed point standings as well. And even then, with that upset, we remember shortly after that, Vermillion had the victory over Sioux Falls Christian, and it leads us right into what the Vermillion girls have been able to do kind of even before February 11th, coming in 18-3 overall. But more specifically, one big thing we look at here on this graphic, 9-0 in their last 9 games, whereas Dakota Valley is actually 7-2 in their last 9 games. And again, back on February 11th, 71-63, we saw Roovers and Jensen combine for 44 points in that game. There's a lot of different numbers that we can go over, but first off, before we talk about last matchup, just coming into this game, Cole, this one's going to be another extremely competitive game. Again, an 8-point difference with Vermillion getting the victory. You expect it to be even closer. Might be coming down to the last second possession between these two teams.
Yeah, that would not surprise me at all. I mean, if you look at these numbers, and I actually made a similar graphic to this for Tuesday just because that Vermillion and Canton, they scored a half a point difference between each other per game, and they allowed a half a point difference between each other per game. That's how close the numbers were. Here, we know what we're going to get from both these teams. For Vermillion, whenever they get a chance, they're going to try to go in transition, but if not, they're going to slow things down. Just over 55, almost 56 points a game. They allow just shy of 43. On the opposite side, for Dakota Valley, they're a pretty high-scoring team. 63 average over 21 games. That's a lot of points. They also allow almost 10 more than Vermillion does, 52.1. And I will say this graphic might be a little bit unfair to Dakota Valley because they've only lost twice, but since Vermillion's been on this winning streak, 9 for their last 9, their 9th game ago for Dakota Valley was the loss to Sioux Falls Christian. Since then it was 4 wins, then the loss to Vermillion, their only 2 losses of this season. Obviously, you can see the numbers at the bottom for that first matchup. We know what we're expecting. We're expecting a good game. We know both these teams, their play styles. Dakota Valley, like we saw 2 days ago against Beersford, they kind of got into a little bit of a track meet, and it seemed with the rebounding advantage that Dakota Valley had in that ball game, it seemed like they were just making more shots than Beersford was. A lot of free throws shot in that game as well. A lot of back and forth, For Vermillion against Canton actually got to a running clock. They were able to get everybody off the bench in the ball game as well. Save the legs a little bit so that if they can go faster. Again, neither one of these two teams goes very deep in their bench. Tammy Lilly in Dakota Valley at max goes 3 in her bench per game on average. We know John Brooks in Vermillion, he only goes 2. So we're expecting a close one. Dakota Valley, they're going to try to push the pace a little bit. We also saw that in that last matchup. They got a lot of transition points, but when Vermillion was able to shut them down transitionally, able to get in their set defensive arrangements, they will do a lot better. This one should be a very interesting ball game.
Well, you talk about interesting. February 11th, and we're going to, again, hear this more from head coach John Brooks coming up during our pregame conversation, but I'll give you a tidbit. And you and I both know this from a player's perspective, even as a coach's perspective, that things are going to change. And since this game was so recent, we're talking about less than a month ago, you do go back and watch that film. There are certain things that you want to change about what happened in that first game, or at least you want to preach about, right? There's, of course, the first obvious thing that you want to change is the outcome. If you're Tammy Lilly in the Dakota Valley Panthers, you want to win. But Cole, I bring up this kind of next graphic here, and something that everyone feels like, and I'm not talking about Vermillion fans, I'm talking about across the state of South Dakota, that I get a lot here recently, is Taylor Roovers and what she is doing. We saw her just put up 32 points against Canton. But when it comes to the freshmen for both Dakota Valley and for the Vermillion Tanagers, all 3 here on this graphic played together in AAU basketball. They know each other extremely well. Is that what it's going to be about tonight, Cole? It seems like with the seniors, with the talent that Vermillion has, it could come down to some of the youngest players on the court.
Well, funny enough, we actually talked to Taylor Roovers after the last Dakota Valley matchup. And I was like, how is it, playing these? You're obviously all the same age. You play on the same travel team. She's like, it's definitely an interesting dynamic because you know most of the time what you think they're going to do, but you also know them personally as well. So you want to go out there, you don't want to kill them by 40 points, but you want to have a really close contest. You want to play a good game, but I labeled them the freshman phenoms for a good reason. I mean, just looking at these numbers, you would assume that all these are juniors or seniors and getting ready to go play college basketball, and don't get me wrong, they are all going to go play college basketball once they are done with high school. As you can hear a bit of a roar from the crowd and a boo from the Dakota Valley crowd as the Vermillion Tanagers take the court. The boo from the DV students gets more Vermillion fans up, and with 17:40 to go before the ball game, this one is already shaping up to be a great atmosphere. Back to the freshman phenoms, you look at their overall stats. Taylor Ruvers, first for Vermillion, just shy of 17 points a ball game, just shy of 6 rebounds a contest, 5 assists, 4 steals a contest. She's 71% from the free throw line, but those last 3 games are the numbers that I want to bring up specifically. She had 23 in the win against Dakota Valley early in the year. She had 17 against Parker in a game where she only played the first 3 quarters. And then in their last matchup, obviously, 32 points. 34 against Canton. So she's averaging 24 points a game in her last 3 games. Aubrey Warden, number 22, and Ella Otten, number 23 for the Dakota Valley Panthers. Obviously, 2 you want to watch for. Aubrey Warden, 12 points a game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Shoots pretty well from the free throw line as well, just shy of 75%. In the last couple of games, she's averaging almost 3 points higher than her average. That's because last night against Beresford, both Otten and Warden went for 20 apiece. So they're going to be two numbers that obviously you have to look at. Ella Otten, she's been the definition of consistency throughout the entire season, has led in scoring from the first game they played all the way now to the 21st game they've played so far. She can dish it out as well, 4 assists, a lot of steals, a ball game as well. These small guards, they're going to pressure each other up near half court, even past in the backcourt a little bit. So these are 3 players that we're going to have to watch, and I think the winning team is going to have a really big game from one of these 3 players.
Before we get to our coach's conversation with head coach John Brooks, we have to go back to February 11th. There's probably a few things that stand out, including Vermillion shoots 46% from the field, where Dakota Valley only shot 23% from deep. Also, another huge number, Vermillion went to the free throw line back on February 11th 32 times. Now, they didn't shoot the best. They went 17 of 32. You talk about Dakota Valley. They only went to the free throw line 17 times. And we also saw Ruvers during that pickup out of her points in that contest of 23. 10 of them actually came from the free throw line. Cole, what's different about this matchup? And you can say, hey, this is what happened back on February 11th. It's not going to be this way this time.
Well, I think a lot of those free throws that we're talking about came from late in the ball game. You talk about Vermillion, 16 points in that fourth quarter. 12 of those 16 points were from the free throw line in that quarter. The only 2 non-points, Maya Halverson had a bucket, and Taylor Ruvers had a bucket as well. You hear the buzzer, you hear the noise, you hear the band, the Dakota Valley Pet Band. The 15-minute clock is underway. They have 14:45 before tip-off here in North Sioux City. What's going to be different about this game, though, a little bit, Heath, I think is we're not going to see as many free throws. If not, we're going to see more on the Dakota Valley side, less on the Vermillion side, because as we remember, Dakota Valley, they were down by quite a bit, but then all of a sudden they got it pretty close there in that fourth quarter, so they decided late they were going to start fouling, try to keep on tacking it back. This is a Dakota Valley squad that has shot almost 100 more free throws than Vermillion this season. They are 296 for 397, 75%. Vermillion is 201 for 316 for 63%. So they shoot more free throws. They make more free throws. I think that number, you look at 17 for 32 for Vermillion in the last matchup, 14 for 17 for Dakota Valley in their previous matchup back on February 11th. I'd almost expect those numbers to be flipped in the attempts, but Dakota Valley is going to make a lot of free throws here tonight if they get the chance to go to the line. That number is going to be completely different, but like I said before, it's going to be one of the 3 very talented freshmen that are going to make a big impact in this one.
When it comes to tonight's game, the mission is simple and continues to remain for the Vermillion girls. They are trying to repeat as State A champions. On the opposite side, the Dakota Valley Panthers, they knew that this was a young team that was still up and coming, and with a couple of 8th graders last year, now freshmen have certainly paved the way for their chance to not only make it to the SODAC 16 and beat the defending State A champions, but also make a run of their own to the state tournament. There's still plenty more to come up on our pregame show, including John Brooks, the head coach of the Vermillion Tanagers, talking about the postseason pressure that his team does still remain under, but how they are taking that in stride and recapping what happened last time between these 2 teams and what it all means to be playing down in North Sioux City. 2 teams in 2 towns that dislike each other very much. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dog. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
The best way to get through winter is to start planning for spring. And Grossenberg has new Honda walk-behind self-propelled mowers in stock. 3 models to choose from, residential up to commercial grade, starting at $900. Each mower features a powerful, reliable Honda GBC 200 engine, cruise control, and roto-stop technology that allows you to step away from the mower without stopping the engine. Get ready for spring with a new Honda mower from Grossenberg. Stop by one of our 9 locations today or go to grossenberg.com for more details.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
The pressure is starting to mount here in North Sioux City at Dakota Valley High School. This is the pregame show for Dakota Valley Panthers taking on the Vermillion Tanagers in the region semifinals of Class 4A. Back on February 11th, these two teams met in a 71-63 victory for the Vermillion Tanagers, but even through their schedule, finishing 17-3, they did not finish higher seed points-wise than Dakota Valley, and this is why this rematch is being played in North Sioux City. The matchup of the 2 versus the 3 seed. Again, Vermillion got the victory, but they come in as the slight underdog according to just 1 seed number, but as we know, you can throw those numbers out because we are expecting an absolute fight here for tonight. Before we get to tip-off, which is coming up in about 15 minutes or so, we're going to get to our coach's interview as we sat down with head coach John Brooks of the Vermillion Tanagers to talk about the rematch, how much you go back over film from a few weeks ago, how much you can take away from that, how much you have to game plan to something different, maybe something you didn't quite see in that first game, and we also revisit a nice victory for the Vermillion girls on Tuesday when they beat the Canton Seahawks. Here he is on our pregame show. It's head coach of the Vermillion Tanagers, John Brooks. Well, Coach John Brooks, it's another interview, which means you get the win against the Canton Seahawks to open up postseason basketball. After quarter number 1, leading by 2, 15-13. From there, we see your team put up 22 points in the second quarter, but more specifically allowing the Canton Seahawks to score just 12 points in the second half. What was it that you made adjustments throughout the first quarter and into the rest of the game after you got a chance to see how the Seahawks were going to play you?
Yeah, and even early in the game, I thought we got some really good looks, and it's not like our shots were far off. They were just kind of in and out, and they just weren't falling early. So we knew Canton was going to play zone, and they kind of did some different things in their zone. So we found different ways to attack it. We had about three different zone offenses that we ran last night, and just trying to get kids in the right spot and mix it up. But we knew if we kept getting the good looks, that we got good enough shooters that they're eventually going to knock them down. So we just told our girls not to panic on the offensive side, keep moving the ball, get to good spots. But defensively, we had to stop fouling. We fouled too much, and even in the second half, we fouled too much. So that's something that we're going to have to clean up against Dakota Valley.
What was it about your shooting offensively? You talk about having a good night, but when we talk 52% from the field, 50% from deep, those are NBA numbers. Just to NBA teams don't even shoot those numbers sometimes on any given night. So that's how good the girls were shooting last night. What was it? Was there just so much confidence of heading into the postseason and having that home court advantage?
Well, it's nice when Taylor hits 7 of them. that always helps. But it's just one of those things where when teams zone us, we have kids that can knock them down, and if we move the ball and get kids to the right spots, and they got their feet set, we got good shooters. So I thought the wealth, so to speak, got spread. Brooke and Casey and Taylor all got good looks, all started knocking them down. Once those three get going, it kind of opens up the other kids, and offensively we just kind of got rolling there.
Now you get ready for Dakota Valley. I think we were all hoping for an upset, but the Panthers really pulled away the second and even into the second half of that game against the Beersford Watchdogs to get a comfortable victory. Now, this was, of course, a game that we just got done playing a few weeks ago. So how much, first off, are you looking back to that game back on February 11th to try to scout what DV did to you then? And how much do you just try to adjust for a new game plan that Tammy Lilly's going to come at you with?
Yeah, you definitely got to watch some film and look at some things that they did, and things that we can get better at the second time around. And I think one thing with Dakota Valley is I think that their starting five is as talented as any starting five in the state on the offensive side. So we're going to have to shoot it well again. It's not a team that you're going to hold in the 40s. It's just not going to happen. They're too good. So as important as defense and rebounding always is to us, we got to be really efficient offensively. We got to score the basketball.
When it comes to scouting Dakota Valley, there's always these little ticks that you look for that could be potential game swingers, and something that maybe some people do not realize is that Taylor Roovers has played with a couple Dakota Valley players on the AAU side, which then adds that level of they know what Taylor wants to do and what she is capable of doing, so then maybe that is how Dakota Valley attacks you to try to shut down Roovers. What's your counterbalance to that type of attack from the Panthers?
Yeah, they got kids. Those kids all play together in the summertime, so know each other well. But on the flip side of it, Taylor knows them too. So it's they're all just such good basketball players. The kids on our team, the kids on Dakota Valley, and we kind of told our girls the first time around, and again this time, there's no really secret formula here. Like you gotta get in stances. You gotta compete on the defensive end. They're all good. They can all shoot it. They can all put them on the floor. It's not one of those games where you can be helping off certain kids. It's just they're too good everywhere. So, like I said, it kind of goes back to day one. Right? You start with shell defense, getting your body in the right spot, help side, containing the basketball, all those things. It's just that's just what we're going to have to do to try to slow them down.
You put up 71 points last time you saw Dakota Valley, winning, of course, 71-63. One huge number that stands out to me was your group went to the free throw line 32 times. Now, didn't shoot the best from the free throw line, only 53%, but that's still a lot. You feel like that's also going to be part of Dakota Valley's game plan, is not fouling as much as they did in game one. How do you make that adjustment from there in a little bit more of an aggressive game in a hostile environment?
Yeah, you got to keep attacking the hoop, and that kind of opens up everything else. Dakota Valley, for the most part, has been a man-to-man defensive team this year. They have thrown some 1-3-1 zone out there. So we got to kind of be ready for both. But no matter what they're in, we got to stay in attack mode. And then, when you step up to the free throw line, those are big points. You got to be able to knock them down. So I think that's going to be a big part of the game is can we get to the line and make free throws, and can we keep them off the free throw line? They're really good shooters, and we can't be giving them 3 points on the free throw line.
You talk about open looks for your offense. One other thing I want to ask you is we've seen the big three here as of recently continue to all three of them put up in games double-figure numbers. If one of them doesn't against Dakota Valley, does that make your chances for winning a little bit less of a chance, or how do you look at that from a strategic standpoint as a coach?
Yeah, we need all three of them to be good, and they don't have to have career nights, but we need them all to be active. We need them all to be scoring. There's no doubt about it. And then Madigan, Maya, Amar, and Lexi, we need production out of them. Like I said, we can't just go in with 3 kids scoring against Dakota Valley. They're too talented. So we have to have all 7 of our kids in this thing, ready to score the basketball, get into their spots that they like. And, if we can get 15 to 20 points out of Madigan, Maya, Amar, and Lexi combined, we hope our other 3 do their thing, and that gets us to kind of that point total that we think we probably need to be at in order to win the game.
Looking at Dakota Valley, of course, we know these two teams don't like each other. The communities don't like each other. And when going to Dakota Valley, it's not quite a traditional high school gym, as saying the bleachers are a little bit further apart. Even the walls have a little bit more depth to them than what we normally see at most high school gyms. Kind of almost reminds you of the Corn Palace. How excited or how nervous are you at playing down in North Sioux City?
Yeah, it's definitely a different gym to shoot in. And, it's just kind of big and open. It's quiet in there because the bleachers are so far away. So it's a completely different look than our home gym. So, but that's why we play the schedule that we do. And we go to classics, and we play in the Huron Arena. You're playing the Corn Palace. You play in places like that. So when you get in situations like this, your kids have been on those types of courts. So hopefully we've done everything that we can to prepare our kids for this situation, and hopefully it's not an issue.
Once again, that is head coach John Brooks here on our pregame show. That's all we have left to say about it. We've talked plenty about this matchup. One final time, Vermillion back on February 11th a few weeks ago got this 71-63 victory, including 23 points from Taylor Roovers, and also Brooke Jensen dished in 21 points. Casey Hansen, 17 of her own. Looking at the Dakota Valley Panthers, we saw Cameron Somerville dish in 23-19 from Ella Otten. And again, the Tanagers got the 8-point victory. That was just during the regular season. And in the end, even with that win, Vermillion still didn't lock up the number 2 seed or home court advantage. Now they have to travel to North Sioux City into a hostile environment to see if they can't punch their ticket to the Sodak 16. These girls have plenty experience, are trying to back up and defend their state title. Dakota Valley versus Vermillion. It's on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Do you have a
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athletes.
Tanagers and Panthers. It is packed, it is loud here in Dakota Valley High School in North Sioux City for the Region 4A Semifinals. Thanks for tuning in on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, longtime broadcast partner Heath Nimke. We are here and live in North Sioux City. We're starting off with the starting lineups before we get to the national anthem. Starting lineup first for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Vermillion Tanagers. 5'8" senior guard number 1, Casey Hansen, 11 points, 4.5 rebounds of all game. 6' senior guard number 5, Maya Halverson, 3.5 points, 2.5 rebounds a contest. The Mighty Mouse and one of the freshman phenoms, 5'5" freshman guard Taylor Roovers, number 11, 17 points, 6 boards, 5 assists, and 4 steals a contest. 5'8" senior guard number 12, Madigan Wallen, 3 points, 3 rebounds a ball game, and a 6'1" senior guard Brooke Jensen, number 33, 16 points, 6 rebounds a contest. For the home team, the Dakota Valley Panthers, 5'5" sophomore guard number 1, Bella Stokes, 5'11" senior guard number 4, Emerson Mead, 5'11" senior center number 11, Cameron Somervold, 5'10" freshman forward number 22, Aubrey Warden, and a 5'8" freshman guard number 23, Ella Otten. We'll get you full stats and the coaches after the national anthem. After the national anthem, we are set and ready to rock here in North Sioux City. Some stats for the starters of the Dakota Valley Panthers. Bella Stokes, number 1, 6.5 points, a rebound, a steal, a ball game. Number 4, Emerson Mead, 5 points, 8 rebounds a contest for her. Number 11, Cameron Somervold, 5'11" senior center, 15 points, 8.5 rebounds a contest. Number 22, Aubrey Warden, 12.5 points, 5 rebounds a ball game. And Ella Otten, number 23, 16.5 points, 3.5 rebounds and assists, 2.5 steals. Will Business and Rob Lilly, the assistant coaches. The head coach is Tammy Lilly for the Vermillion Tanagers. Doug Hansen, Carrie Jensen, Kelly Knutson, the assistant coaches. The head coach is John Brooks. Maya Halverson is in the center with Cameron Somervold. The tap is won by the Dakota Valley Panthers. They're in their home white uniforms, letters and numbers in purple with black trim going left to right as we see it here in North Sioux City. Tanagers will start off in a man defense Aubrey Warden tries spinning inside out to Otten, right wing, guarded by Roovers. Again, two of the freshman phenoms, as they have been dubbed between this game. 12 on the shot clock for the Panthers. Shot up, awkward shot, going to be off the mark, no good. Aubrey Warden gets back her own offensive rebound. Inside to a wide open Cameron Summervold off the glass and good for two. Dakota Valley Panthers strike first here in their home court.
And just so we're clear a little bit, the camera will shake throughout the broadcast this evening just because we are in the bleachers on the Dakota Valley side as well. So things start going Dakota Valley's way quickly, you might see the camera shake every once in a while.
And it is packed and loud here on the Dakota Valley side as well. 1 minute gone in the first quarter. Taylor Roovers drives, lay in off the glass, and good for two. Taylor Roovers, first 2 points of the ball game for her. 1 minute gone. We are knotted up at two. Quickly a pass up ahead. It is too strong. Aubrey Warden could not quite get it. It is out of bounds. Turnover, possession back to Vermillion.
It certainly doesn't matter at this moment in the game, but you just want to have good possessions. You like that opening possession from the Dakota Valley Panthers. Methodical, miss a shot, but get an offensive board, eventually get points. That possession, it was so quick. You don't need to speed everything up, especially in a big game like this.
Casey Hansen has it right wing. She'll drive middle, kick out Madigan Wallen. 20 on the shot clock for the Vermillion Tanagers. Roovers thought about spotting up. She'll drive on Warden. She's going to be contacted on the drive. And we're going to get a foul going to be called on Warden. First personal on her. The first team foul quickly by the Dakota Valley Panthers. Again, they allowed Vermillion to shoot 32 free throws in their first meeting back on February 11th. Quick turnover as Jensen wasn't expecting the pass. Summervold coast to coast. Lay-in is good. All 4 points for Cameron Summervold here in the ball game. It's a quick 4-2 lead, 6:23 to go.
Yeah, both teams now have bad offensive possessions, just as Dakota Valley gave a free possession to Vermillion Tanagers. Just a bad inbound play, as you mentioned. Jensen wasn't ready for it, and Dakota Valley does a great job of executing and getting a couple points.
Halverson over to Wallen left wing, now to Roovers in the left corner, guarded very closely by Ella Otten. Back out Halverson, 11 to shoot for the Tanagers in their road red uniforms, letters and numbers in white, black trim. Jensen for three, that one's going to be short, no good, and the rebound is controlled by Bella Stokes, her first. Coming across will be Cameron Summervold. Again, 15 points a ball game. Summervold, Euro step inside. Lay-in is good for her. 6 points for the Panthers, all 6 coming from Cameron Summervold. It's a 4-point lead for Dakota Valley.
And something that we've seen Dakota Valley here on every single offense possession is they want to work into the inside, either drawing contact and getting fouls called or making their presence known inside it. And again, they've already had success in the first 2.5 minutes.
Jensen fakes right, drives left, shot up good, gets the friendly bounce off the rim. First 2 points of the contest for Brooke Jensen, back down to a 2-point game. 6-4, 5:13 to go here in quarter number 1. Both student sections full and loud, chanting defense back and forth. We're going to foul inside as the pass was into Cameron Summervold. Foul was called on the ground before any shot went up. And the foul is going to be on Madigan Wallen. That's her first personal foul. First team foul on the Tanagers, so a foul apiece through 3 minutes of the first quarter. Lob into Summervold, hands off Warden. Step back right wing three, going to miss everything short. Rebound can't be saved that time by Dakota Valley as Stokes was right along that line and could not quite get there to save it in time. So a turnover and possession to Vermillion.
But again, great possessions that we've seen so far from the Dakota Valley Panthers. One thing about Vermillion's offense so far has really gone through Brooke Jensen and Taylor Roovers. Want to see the rest of this team get involved. We heard John Brooks during our pregame show talk about how he would love 15 points at least from all the other girls besides the big three tonight.
Roovers drives, gets contacted, then hit on the arm. Taylor Roovers will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. That foul is going to be on Emerson Mead, first personal, and the second team foul on Dakota Valley.
She was 10 of 14 the last time these two teams met up back on February 11th for you, Cole.
First one up, off the mark, no good. Taylor Roovers on the season, 71.2%.
But as a team, during that game, they did go 17 of 32. Very poor night from the free throw line last time.
Second one's up, and that one was good. Poor free throw shooting is something we've seen commonly for the Vermillion Tanagers lately, just going 4 of 10 against the Canton Seahawks. Again, that really didn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but something that we have seen lately with the Tanagers. 4:32 to go here in quarter number 1. Dakota Valley has it up 6-5. Otten drives left baseline, gets the lay-in to go. First 2 points for Otten.
Cole, something else that if you really haven't, if you're a Vermillion fan, been scouting about Dakota Valley, is Dakota Valley actually struggles to get going here at home in the first quarter. It seems like so far they've had their way offensively against Vermillion, and that could be a dangerous sign for the Tanagers.
Taylor Roovers rejects the ball screen. Her shot up and no good. Otten the other way. That one's well off the mark, no. And Jensen punches it out of bounds and wants the call to go the other way.
It was, I would say, in that game against Sioux Falls Christian when they lost, they got down by 12 early in that game, never able to come back. And even that region game against Beersford on Tuesday, it was close throughout the first and halfway through the second quarter before they finally blew that open. So that's what I'm talking about when sometimes Panthers get off to a slow start in the opening quarter here at home.
First sub of the ball game belongs to the Dakota Valley Panthers. Number 5, Katie Betzworth, the 5'7" freshman guard. 9 points, 2 rebounds off the bench this season, a ball game. Inside Warden, blocked away. Offensive rebound put back. That one's off the mark. Ball is still loose, and none other than Taylor Roovers comes up with it. Body's hitting the floor. Ball is loose now. We're going to get a jump ball called after all that tie-up. Possession arrow points in favor of the Vermillion Tanagers.
But man, it reminds you a lot of football and what they call swarm defense. Get to the ball, find where the ball is at, and smother it. Dakota Valley does a great job of continuing to fight for offensive boards and trying to tie it up just like they did there. Unfortunately, possession arrow doesn't favor them, but man, they should have had that one. Good looks from them defensively and offensively, just getting to the basketball.
Jensen tries forcing a pass inside. They're going to say it was last touched by Emerson Mead, so possession will stay with the Vermillion Tanagers. First sub for the Tanagers is number 10, Lexi Hansen, the 5'10" freshman guard. 2 points, 2 rebounds a contest. Had 9 in that critical win against Sioux Falls Christian. Wide open right wing, in and out. That was Lexi Hansen, no good. Emerson Mead with her first rebound of the contest. 3:23 to go in the first quarter. Long threes, good. Cameron Somervold, 9 points early for the senior, and she's got the Panthers up 11-5. With 3:10 to play, Casey Hansen has it now over to her sister Lexi, now in the right wing. Taylor Roof is going to appreciate you tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers live ticket TV. If the camera starts shaking, that's because we're on the Panthers sideline and the student section's getting after it. Kick out Jensen, 3-ball. That one's going to miss everything. Betzworth with the defensive rebound. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Heath Nimke. Betzworth goes in, blocked away by Taylor Roovers, but it's picked back up by Otten, and Otten gets pushed from behind as she drives. So Panthers will get possession underneath their own hoop. Second team foul on the Tanagers. It's also going to be the second personal foul on Madigan Wallen. And John Brooks has no intention of going deeper into his bench.
Yeah, you think maybe Thomas would come on at this point. Usually that's the usual substitution.
Inbound pass to Cameron Somervold, off the glass and good for 2. 11 points for the 5'11" senior center who averages 15 a contest. All of a sudden, it's an 8-point lead for Dakota Valley.
Cole, you talked about it during our pregame show about how Vermillion kept it close with the Canton Seahawks and before they were able to pull away, but you said you can't do that against some of these teams within this region, and Dakota Valley is one of those teams that you're alluding to. You can't get down early because Dakota Valley can put the kill switch on immediately in this first quarter.
3 by Mead. That one's off back iron, no good. Casey Hansen gets her first stat in the stat book with a defensive rebound. She's pressured as she brings it across. Now she will cross the half-court time stripe.
They're going to start face guarding Roofers. They're not going to let her go anywhere now.
Jensen guarded closely by Warden. Now she gets a switch now over to Wallen. Hands off Roovers, very closely guarded by Ella Otten. Crossover drive left, lay in, no. Foul from behind. Taylor Roovers once again to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And that time Roovers got away from Otten, and then there was a mix-up on the defensive switch to help support with Roovers there. But again, we have not seen this close of guarding against Ella Otten playing that type of defense against Taylor Roofers. That will certainly be one of the key things that we talked about during the pregame show. What we thought would be one of the key opportunities for Dakota Valley if they won to win this was eliminate one of the big 3, and we said it'd probably be Taylor Roofers if you're the Dakota Valley Panthers. Looks like there's almost a little bit of confusion on player fouls. Tammy Lilly wants a little bit more of discussion.
Blood.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Blood along the bench, Emerson Mead right along the bench, as she was actually getting subbed out for anyway, so they brought in the substitutions. It was number 15, Alexa Verdorn. She averages 3 points, 2.5 boards a ball game. They also brought in for the Vermillion Tanagers number 44, Amara Thomas, in that blood timeout. First free throw for Roovers, short, off the mark, no good. Roovers is now 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Second free throw is on its way. It's up. That one crawls over the front of the iron. 2 for 4 is Roovers. She leads Tanager scoring with 4 points. It is 13-16. 102 ticks to play in quarter number 1. Verdorn has it. Right wing, bounce pass over to Warden. Now to Otten, left wing, guarded by Roovers. Kicks up top, Betzworth. Betzworth drives, quadruple team. She gets the floater to go. Katie Betzworth, first 2 points off the bench for her. 9-point lead for Dakota Valley. Roovers gets it across the DV letter logo at half court over to Casey Hansen. Hansen to her sister Lexi. Now over to Roovers left wing, guarded by Otten. Now there's got a switch. A little bit of size mismatch, but maybe a speed advantage for Roovers. Roovers shakes and bakes. Step back left wing 3, got it. Taylor Roovers with a nifty move. 7 points now for her. 7 in a row for the Tanagers. All coming from Taylor Roovers, back down to 15-9.
I didn't mind the defense, though, that time by Alexa. Just wanted to make you're daring Roovers to shoot that, and she just happens to nail it.
Ball is loose. It was poked away by Amara Thomas. Lexi Hansen couldn't get it. And now it's out of bounds right in front of the Vermillion bench. They're going to say last touched by Dakota Valley. Tammy Lilly wants an explanation on that one, but got the explanation. It was off your player, according to our 3 officials here tonight. 40 seconds to play in quarter number 1.
Yeah, check it back there on the instant replay. Not a really good look of it either.
Roovers drives right, lay-in to be well too strong, no good. Aubrey Warden already with a 3rd rebound. Another shot clock is off for the Panthers. They want to kick it up ahead. Verdorn has it left baseline. Tries kicking it back out to Otten. Eventually goes through her hands, now to Warden. And now Tammy Lilly will call out a play to try and end the quarter with 15. Again, shot clock is off for number 2 in Region 4A, Dakota Valley. Otten stutters, now drives, is poked away by Jensen. Out of bounds, they're going to say last touched by Jensen. Vermillion crowd and bench can't believe it. Sure looked pretty clean cut from here. John Brooks wants that one to go the other way. Not going to get the change now. 7.8 to go here in the first quarter. Summervold throws it in the Otten left corner. Couple of moves. Fake count being put on by the Vermillion student section. They get it off Betzworth. Blocked by Lexi Hansen. Second goes off, and a three-quarter court shot. Going to be no good as it didn't get off in time. That's how the first quarter ends here in North Sioux City. The Panthers 15, the Tanagers 9. Back on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV in 60 seconds.
What's your...
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a checkmark. All in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Agriculture is like no
Welcome
other.
back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Well, back here inside Dakota Valley High School, home of the Dakota Valley Panthers, host of the Region 4A semifinals, at least one of the 2 games here tonight. After 1 quarter of play, the Dakota Valley Panthers lead the Vermillion Tanagers 15-9. Thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch alongside me, Heath Nimke. Dakota Valley starts with the basketball, going left to right in their home whites. Ella Otten, quick 3-ball. That one's off the mark. Brooke Jensen, first rebound of the contest. High energy environment here in North Sioux City. A lot of fans here in this big gym. Maya Halverson gets the lay-in to go. Rattled in and around the basket. 2-0 run for the Tanagers to start off the second. Heath, they got to get something going.
There was points in that first quarter. It just felt like Dakota Valley was just going to completely blow this one wide open, including 13-5 at one point in that first quarter. But yeah, you mentioned Vermillion's had the looks, they just got to capitalize offensively.
Roovers with the steal, laying with the left hand. That one's off the mark. No. Casey Hansen, offensive rebound. Her shot's no good. Late whistle and a foul, so Casey Hansen will go to the free throw line, and she will shoot 2 free throws as neither Roovers or Hansen could get the lay-in to go.
These are 2 huge free throws. If Casey Hansen doesn't make them both, it changes the complete dynamic of how this second quarter begins.
First free throw up and good for Casey Hansen. First point of the ball game for her. Tanagers 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Second one also good. First 2 points of the ball game from Casey Hansen belong from the free throw line. A 4-0 modest run for the Tanagers to begin quarter number 2. 15-13 with 7:02 to go in the quarter. Long three, got it the other way. Bella Stokes, hand down, man down, and that one was from a long ways away, as you see on our instant replay. First 3 points of the ball game for Bella Stokes, back up to a 5-point lead for the Dakota Valley Panthers. Tanagers working right to left. Casey Hansen has it, got away with just about a double dribble there near the mid-court stripe. Now she's got it back. 15 on the shot clock for Vermillion. Roovers in the corner. She'll drive baseline. Lay in, no. Blocked away by Somervold, but Hansen comes up with it. Now with 5 on the shot clock, she's bodied, and she will fall out of bounds. So second team foul already here on Dakota Valley.
We saw Vermillion shoot extremely well. 50% from deep against Canton on Tuesday evening. Cool, they've completely gotten away from the 3. Unless they have a complete open look, they are not shooting the 3. Opposite side, if Dakota Valley has that open look, they're taking the 3 every single time.
Second personal foul on Emerson Mead. The second team foul, as I said earlier, for the Dakota Valley Panthers. Roovers with a fresh shot clock, drives in, dishes off to Wallen. Lay-in is good. First 2 points for Madigan Wallen, first assist for one of the freshman phenoms.
And Dakota Valley's now starting to key so much in defensively on Roovers that they are lapsing defensively on other assignments elsewhere, and Roovers with the easy assist.
Shot up and good that time. There we go, number 22, Aubrey Warden. Could not quite see her number. 20-15, first 2 points for her. Jensen pulls up. She's got the jumper to go. 20-17 now as Jensen has 4 points. 5:40 left to go here in quarter number 2.
I felt going back to that first quarter when it was 13-5. It just felt like Dakota Valley could blow this one wide open. Vermillion has done a great job battling back.
Otten, step back 3. That one's going to be off the mark and no good. Maya Halverson with the chase down rebound, her first. She gets it over to Jensen, almost stolen away by the Panthers.
These are key possessions for the Vermillion Tanagers. A quick 3 from Dakota Valley. You can capitalize and tie this one up or even bring it within 1. It's a great possession for the Vermillion Tanagers, but certainly want some points.
Hansen over to Roovers, right when extended. She'll take the WNBA 3. Got it. Nothing but nylon. Taylor Roovers. First Tanager in double figures. She has 10 of Vermillion's 20, and we are knotted up 20 apiece. Ella Otten inside. Betzworth blocked away, but a whistle and a foul going to be called. Katie Betzworth, the freshman off the bench, will shoot 2 free throws. Foul is going to go on Maya Halverson, first personal. First team foul on the Tanagers here in this quarter. Just the 3rd team foul, all contests so far.
But that's where you got to be methodical about your possessions if you're Dakota Valley. Don't try to speed things up too quickly because, again, you hit that quick 3 that you eventually miss, I should say, and all of a sudden Vermillion comes down, able to knock down a big 3. But 2, you said WNBA 3. We also saw her hit kind of a step-back 3 in that first quarter. Taylor Roovers is really feeling it from downtown once again tonight.
First 2 free throws of the ball game shot by Dakota Valley are good by a 75% free throw shooter in Katie Betzworth. She has 4 points off the bench. Roovers drives in 1-on-1 dribble, blocked away by Cameron Somervold. Also in that last dead ball, 3rd substitution off the bench for Dakota Valley, and number 10, Sophie Meyer. Averages a 1.5 off the bench. That's about as far in the bench as Tammy Lilly and the Panthers like to go. Vermillion on the other side, they use a 7-person rotation. They have well exhausted that already here early in the second quarter. Casey Hansen tried getting the ball back as the ball was loose, took a couple steps. She didn't quite have control. Hansen got her arm ripped off and a foul called. Second personal on Katie Betzworth. Third team foul already. And quickly, like we saw in the first matchup, Dakota Valley with a couple costly second quarter fouls.
And they're being aggressive. They want to get that ball. That's something that we've really seen the difference from Dakota Valley to Vermillion is their aggressiveness on both ends of the court. But starting, as you mentioned, Cole, get them a little bit in trouble.
Jensen, step back 10-footer, got it to go. 6 points for her. We're knotted up 22 apiece here in Dakota Valley High School. The other way, Aubrey Warden. A couple good dribbles there on Madigan Wallen. Aubrey Warden now 4 points for her, all in quarter number 2. And Panthers back up to a one-possession lead. Halfway through quarter number 2, we thank you for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers Live, part of the Live Ticket TV family. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Heath Nimke. Maya Halverson from 17.5 feet. That one's off the mark and no good. Ella Otten with a good box out, gets the rebound. Long pass up ahead. Summervold laying off the glass and good for 2. First 2 points of the quarter for Summervold. She has 13 of the Panthers' 16 so far in the game. Casey Hansen the other way, drives, blocked away. Another big block by Cameron Summervold, already her third in the contest.
And this is where we saw on Tuesday for the Dakota Valley Panthers where they all of a sudden flipped the switch against the Beersford Watchdogs and really start beating up on them, eventually cruising to the first region win. But that's what Dakota Valley can do, is they can really turn it on late in the second quarter. And if they can grab momentum late with a 4-point lead right now, man, oh man, Vermillion's got to watch out.
Jensen shot missed everything. Dakota Valley students going to let her know. 3 ball the other way. Warden got it. Aubrey Warden, 7 points for her, all in this quarter. That'll force a John Brooks timeout. 30-second timeout with 3:20 to play. It's 29-22 in favor of Dakota Valley. Back to North Sioux City in 30 seconds.
Which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athletes.
Welcome back to Dakota Valley High School, host of one of 2 Region 4A semifinal games here tonight. Not obviously both being played here, but number 1 Sioux Falls Christian and number 5 Lennox, they got started at 7 p.m. as well. Here with 3:20 to play in the second quarter. Panthers 29, Tanagers 22, forcing a John Brooks 30-second timeout. Tanagers out of the timeout will start with the basketball. They're going right to left as we take a look at that score. 6:53 to go in the first quarter. Chargers lead 11-9. Steal by Katie Betzworth the other way, but it's blocked by Taylor Roovers. Second block by her in the contest thus far.
Yeah, just great blocks there by Taylor Roovers of helping things inside. And now, Cole, the officials are getting together here for a moment. I believe shot clock never started running on the change of possession, so I think they're going to take about 3-4 seconds off of this because it was a quick transition possession.
I think it did start running. They just reset it off of the block, and now they're going to run a couple seconds off. So 3:09 in the second, they're going to recall it, and that's what it says. And the referees look at each other and say, all right, thumbs up. So 3:09 in the game clock, 32 on the shot clock for the Dakota Valley Panthers out of the inbounds. Inside, Warden gets the bounce pass from Summervold. Jumper up and good. 9 points for Aubrey Warden, all here in quarter number 2. It's a 9-point lead once again for the Dakota Valley Panthers.
And it's a 7-0 run as well, Cole, as Dakota Valley has all of a sudden just taken this advantage of this game in the last 90 seconds or so.
Hansen tries forcing a pass into Brooke Jensen. They're going to say it was last touched by Dakota Valley, and now our officials are going to get together. Originally, the original signal was Vermillion basketball. Now they're going to flip it. Turnover, possession right back to Dakota Valley.
And by the way, again, want to just talk about, I know we've had a lot of cameras shaking around. People have walked by in front. nothing against the fans. This is just a packed gymnasium right now. Both towns, I feel like, are down here in North Sioux City. They have really shown out for both these teams tonight.
Ella Otten step back long two, got it to go. Just 4 points for Otten here in the ball game, but now it's a double-digit lead for the Dakota Valley Panthers for the first time here tonight. 2:30 to go in the second. It's 33-22.
And John Brooks, who usually paces up and down, is now doing the nervous sit. You're just starting to think to yourself as a head coach, what do I have to do to try to get momentum back in our favor?
Roovers step back now over to Lexi Hansen, 15 on the shot clock. She tries getting a bounce pass to Casey. It's out of bounds, last touched by Casey Hansen's foot. Turnover once again. Possession once again back to Dakota Valley.
And you can clearly tell Taylor Roovers would just shot that last shot, but instead makes a pass. This offense for Vermillion has now lost itself. They're trying to figure themselves out there on the court, but when you're all of a sudden down by 11 against the 9-0 run, things just all of a sudden start to avalanche on top of one another, and the pressure mounts in your mind.
Aubrey Warden spins, now kicks back out. Ella Otten, skip pass over to Sophie Meyer. Meyer now up to Stokes, who has it left wing. She'll drive middle, now kicks back out. Otten, 14 on the shot clock. Inside Somerville, blocked away by Jensen, but a whistle and a foul. It's going to be the first personal foul on Brooke Jensen. Second team foul here in the quarter.
Again, I want to go back to something else to say about this crowd. Phenomenal crowd on hand for both these fans, and there's a lot of media that is all across the gymnasium as well that is covering this game. So, I mean, a lot of eyes. That's cool. We talked about it in the pregame show. This is the game when it comes to Class A. Everyone wants to know what's happening in North Sioux City.
Somervold nails both free throws. Panthers as a team are 4 for 4. Cameron Somervold now 15 points out of the Panthers' 35. Minute 42 to go in quarter number 2. In Sioux Falls Christian, the Chargers with a lead over the Orioles, 13-12. And now a drive, whistle and a foul. Roovers once again back to the free throw line. They're going to get Cameron Somervold with her first personal foul, the 4th team foul on Dakota Valley so far in the quarter. So the next one will be bonus free throws for Vermillion with 96 seconds to play in the first half. Roovers to the line, 2 of 4, now 3 of 5. Roovers leads the Tanagers in scoring with 11. Amara Thomas checks in. Lexi Hansen comes off for the Vermillion Tanagers. Roovers' second free throw is up, and that one is in. 6 for 9. 90 seconds to play here in half number 1. Back down to a 9-point ball game, 35-24. Otten has it top of the key through some dribbles. For the Panthers now, Aubrey Warden near the DV letter logo. Fans still rolling in to North Sioux City as this game continues to progress. Ball tapped out of bounds by Amara Thomas. Panthers will retain possession. 1:18 to go in the second quarter. 13, now 12 on the shot clock. Otten over to Warden right side with 10. Warden picks up her dribble now in the corner. It's Betsworth. That's Sophie Meyer. Drive in, shot off the bottom of the iron, no good. Rebound by Maya Halverson. 60 seconds to play in the first half. Tanagers got to have a couple productive possessions here to end the first.
Yeah, this is a big 60 seconds here for the Vermillion Tanagers. They need to at least cut this down to single digits.
Roovers rejects the ball screen, chucks one up there. That one's off the mark, no good. Now we're going to get a rebounding foul, going to be called on one of the number 11s. I believe it's going to go on Cameron Somervold. Second personal on her, like I said, 15 foul now. So Taylor Roovers is at the free throw line to shoot 2.
And Somervold, of course, the big inside presence. She has really come along so far this senior campaign. I felt like when you take a look at the Dakota Valley Panthers, there was a lot of question marks when I talked to Panther fans at the beginning of the season about how Somervold would be, and she has just been absolutely phenomenal, as I mentioned, throughout this campaign. And, of course, she was a big presence the last time these two teams met back on February 11th.
13 points for Taylor Roovers as the first free throw was good. Back again now to a 10-point ball game, 35-25. Second one up also good, 14 points for Roovers. 8 of 10 from the free throw line are the Tanagers here in this first half. 10 seconds separate shot clock and game clock for the Panthers, who round out quarter number 2.
Vermillion could get a stop and another quick bucket. I mean, this is completely game changer heading into halftime.
Otten kicks out. Bella Stokes long three off the side of the iron, no good. Offensive rebound, Somervold, but she's fouled. Cameron Somervold to the free throw line off of now her fourth rebound, 3 of them being on the offensive side.
And that's more the key, Cole. When you talk about 4 rebounds, okay, whatever. But 3 offensive rebounds, that is crucial in a moment like that where all of a sudden you miss the 3, you pick up the ball through the Vermillion Tanagers, and again, you talk about all of a sudden cutting this to maybe a 7-6 point lead. Offensive board foul brings it back up to double digits with the made free throw. Could put it back up by 11 here.
Somervold is 3 for 3 from the line here in this quarter. She has a game-high 16 points. Second one up and also good. 17 for Cameron Somervold. The Panthers are a perfect 6 for 6 from the line, all here in quarter number 2.
And one other big thing about Dakota Valley, it feels like they're doing all the little things right. 6 of 6 from the free throw line, offensive boards. It starts to add up in the later portion of these type of games.
Roofers with 8 again. Shot clock is off now with 6, now 5. Kicks in the corner, Lexi Hansen inside Halverson with 2. Bounce past Casey Hansen, ball is loose. Tanagers will get a shot up at the quarter, but they're going to wave it off, not in time. That is how the first 16 minutes of play will end. Dakota Valley Panthers, the number 2 team in Region 4A, they lead 37-26 over the number 3 team in Region 4A, the Vermillion Tanagers. We're going to step aside when we come back. First half stats and analysis and an update from scores all across the state of South Dakota. That is all on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed. And you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out Team Apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athletes.
Welcome back to Dakota Valley High School, North Sioux City, South Dakota, host of one of two Region 4A semifinal games going on across the state of South Dakota. One here, one in Sioux Falls, as Sioux Falls Christian is hosting Lennox. Your halftime score here in North Sioux City, it is Dakota Valley 37, Vermillion 26. Your first half stats. First for the Vermillion Tanagers, leading all scoring for them, Taylor Roovers, 14 points, a rebound, an assist, a steal, and 2 blocks as well. Brooke Jensen, 6 points and a rebound, 2 points apiece for Casey Hansen, Maya Halverson, and Madigan Wallen. That rounds out their scoring. They shot 8 of 10 from the free throw line. They scored 9 in the first, 17 points in the second quarter for their total of 26 points. For the Dakota Valley Panthers, their leading scorer was Cameron Summervold, 17 points, 11 of those in the first quarter, 6 of those in the second. She also has 4 rebounds, 3 of them on the offensive side, 2 assists, a steal, and 3 blocks in the ball game. Aubrey Warden, 9 points, all in that second quarter, 3 rebounds and an assist, 4 points apiece for Katie Betzworth and Ella Houghton, and 3 points for Bella Stokes on that 30-foot three-pointer. They shot 6 of 6 from the free throw line in half number 1. They scored 15 in the first, 22 in the second, for their total of 37 points. Again, your halftime score, 37-26. It was 15-9 after 1. 22-17 is the scoring advantage for Dakota Valley in quarter number 2. 11-point lead for Dakota Valley as I bring in my broadcast partner, Heath Nimke. Heath, it seemed like there's many different chances there for Dakota Valley to extend this lead even further than 11, but Vermillion also had plenty of chances to try to cut it back to less than 11. It just seems like what Vermillion can't get done offensively, Dakota Valley is doing just fine.
Dakota Valley started off this game immediately attacking the inside. First possession, use 30 seconds of the shot clock, miss their first shot, get an offensive rebound, score immediately. That has been the presence that they have won this entire first half, and that they got it. Eventually, you start waiting for the defense to crash, and that's when you kick out, find the open shooter. I mean, this is simple basketball, what I'm saying right now. But the thing is, sometimes you talk about simple basketball, but you can't get it done. And then sometimes you talk about simple basketball, and then you execute it correctly. Dakota Valley did a great job throughout that first half. As you mentioned, Cole, for Vermillion, second quarter specifically, we saw it there in the first quarter as well. Down 13-5, Vermillion said no factor. Everything's okay, just play our game. They battled right back into it. In that second quarter, we saw it get to 5, all of a sudden a big 3, and now it's 9, up to 11 at points in that late in the first half, and even here at halftime. But offensively for the Vermillion Tanagers, they were just going so fast, or that they were getting out of their usual rhythm, that they were slowing things down, that they weren't building confidence. They were getting away from what Vermillion Tanager girls basketball has been built over the past few years. And when you start to see that snowball effect, it's like a snowball running down the hill. It's just one thing creates and destroys into another. And that's what we saw late in that second quarter from the Vermillion girls. Halftime conversation for John Brooks. It's simple. It's easy. I know the exact conversation. Play your basketball. Everyone slow down. Have fun. Remember that we are the defending State A champions. We deserve to be here. Everyone knows how good we are. We just have to play that type of basketball. Let the game come to you and have some fun out there. You're doing things right. Just make sure you're executing on one end. If you're Tammy Lilly, not a whole lot changes with the game plan except for defensive assignments. If we are going to help Taylor Roovers, you cannot fall off of everybody else. We saw that happen multiple times there in the second quarter. Tammy Lilly's, that's her message at halftime, is when we put that help defense on Taylor Roovers, make sure the backside, make sure the open shooter has that defense covered.
Let's take a look at some scores from around the state of South Dakota. You can also see them on the bottom of your screen, thanks to our partnership with SD Scorefeed. In Region 1, Aberdeen leads Millbank 33-9, and Groton area leads Sisseton leads Groton area 18-17. In Region 2, Hamlin with the lead over number 4 Clark-Willow Lake, and number 2 Sioux Valley has a 20-point lead over Great Plains Lutheran. In Region 3, Flandreau currently leads Del Rapids 30-21, and number 3 West Central leads number 2 Tri-Valley 24-23. Up in Sioux Falls Christian, the Chargers lead number 5 Lennox 24-18. Again, your halftime score here 37-26. In Region 5, it is Wagner leading McCook Central Montrose 33-16. Mount Vernon Plankton over Scotland Menno at the half 35-2. In Region 6, Mobridge Pollock over Crow Creek at half, and Miller over Chamberlain. In Region 7, Mockpia-Luta with the 40-point lead over Pine Ridge, and Lakota Tech leads number 3 Winner. And in Region 8, St. Thomas More with the lead over Hill City, Rapid City Christian with the lead over Belle Fourche. As we take a look down to Class B in some area regions, number 4, Del Rapids St. Mary upsets number 1 Ethan 54-44. In Region 4, number 1 Centerville leads number 5 Gay-Vaughan 31-25, and Parkston with the lead over Avon 20-15. And in Region 5, Corsica Stickney leads Andes Central Dakota Christian 18-10. 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter. 30 seconds before we resume quarter 3, Mr. Heath Nimke, you laid out the plans, what both squads have to do. It's as simple as just executing a plan.
It is, and like I go back to one thing, and I see with the troops right now, head coach John Brooks, as I wanted to bring up the postseason bracket there just so the camera wasn't shaking us so much when everything was going up and down. But getting back to my point I was just trying to make, like I said, for John Brooks, just have fun. At this point, we're down by 11. Not one bucket is going to all of a sudden tie this up. We're going to take a lead, just play the simple basketball that you know. Control the controllables and execute the small things. Again, if you're Tammy Lily, keep working it inside. Make sure you're helping back defensively. And Cole brought up during the second quarter, Dakota Valley is doing all the small things right. Just keep on executing, and the Panthers will be moving on to the Sodak 16.
To start the third quarter, the Vermillion Tanagers will begin with the basketball, now going left to right on your screen in their, again, road red uniforms, letters and numbers in white with black trim. Dakota Valley in their home whites, letters and numbers in black and purple with black and purple trim as well. Casey Hansen bounce pass inside to Madigan Wallen, now 4 points for Wallen. First 2 points of the half belong to Vermillion Tanagers. Also another note, the Dakota Valley student section has flipped ends of the court. They are now on the right side, as you see it on your camera, to distract the Tanager offense the best they can. Otten has it left wing. Now in the corner, it's Bella Stokes. She'll drive middle, put up the floater. That one's going to be off the side of the backboard and no good. Rebound to Casey Hansen. Puts it up ahead to Madigan Wallen. 4-on-3 break. Back to Casey. Right wing three. Got it. Casey Hansen, now 5 points for her in the ball game. A little 5-0 run by the Tanagers, as you see it there on our instant replay. Just 1 minute gone here in half number 2. And we thank you all for tuning in, no matter where you may be or who you may be. Longtime friend of Vermillion Tanagers Live, Adam Shoresman, is tuning in, doing some recruiting as well. Jensen got the missed shot after a couple of offensive rebounds by the Dakota Valley Panthers, and then it is tied up.
I know Adam's a big hockey guy too. He'll understand when I say about that.
And he said he's doing some recruits. One of their recruits is Cameron Somervold of Dakota Valley, trying to get a little scouting done. Warden spins in the middle. Lane is good. She takes a hard fall. She's slow to get up. 11 points now for Aubrey Warden, all in the second and third quarter. She is able to get back up, and she is back there on defense. Shot up is off the mark by Brooke Jensen, and Warden gets the rebound as it's tapped around. A lot of confusion here in the third quarter to start.
Yeah, again, I'm trying not to beat a dead horse here. Just gotta slow things down, if you will, with the Vermillion Tanagers. Again, execute. And again, miscommunication right there on the rebound as well. That's an easy offensive rebound that Vermillion has most of the time.
Inside, Somervold can't get her spin around shot to go. Roovers with her second rebound of the contest. She'll push it up into the front court herself. Drives middle, now right. Underhand lay, and that one's off the mark, no good. Rebound is tied up between Emerson Meade and Madigan Wallen. We always talk about how much these fan bases maybe not like each other, but a lot of good sportsmanship being shown there on the court. Everybody helping each other up as the whistle is blown.
You're absolutely right. There's so much said about these two fan bases, how they hate each other. I think even tonight there has been a lot of great support. I mean, the student section is always a student section. They're always going to be chirping no matter what. But, I mean, these fans, when it comes to the opposite players, have been wonderful tonight here in North Sioux City.
15 on the shot clock for the Tanagers. Casey Hansen bounce pass to Jensen, who bounce passes it to a cutting Madigan Wallen. 4 points now for Wallen in the quarter. 6 in the ball game. It's back down to a 6-point game, 39-33. Ella Otten brings it across for the Dakota Valley Panthers right wing, who's double teamed. Bounce pass to Warden, straight away, in and out, no good. And the third rebound for Taylor Roovers. She will push it across. Up ahead, Jensen now back to Roovers, and now we're going to get these set plays. Much like we see from the Tanagers in the season is when they don't have a transition bucket, they slow things down, run a set.
Also, I want to apologize to fans. I did credit both Dakota Valley and Vermillion with a three-pointer on Vermillion's three-pointer earlier, so I know the score was off there for just a moment. It's at 42-33, so I apologize.
Hansen got fouled by Cameron Somervold. That's her third personal foul and the first team foul of the quarter. First free throw is good for Casey Hansen. She's now 3 for 3 of the ball game. Couple subs in for Dakota Valley is Emerson Mead, as well as Alexa Verdorn.
But a good way to start this third quarter eventually for the Vermillion Tanagers, just chipping away at this 11-point lead, Cole. They have 16 minutes to do so. They don't need it all in this third quarter.
Second free throw is in and out, no good. So the Tanagers, who started 2 for 4 from the free throw line, are now 9 of 13 so far in the ball game. Warden kicks out. Betsworth for 3. Got it. Katie Betsworth, you cannot leave her that open on the wing. 7 points off the bench for her, and Tammy Lilly will take a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside and take it with them back to North Sioux City in 30 seconds.
And our thoughts get too much to bear. Finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box. Proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athletes.
Welcome back. Dakota Valley High School, North Sioux City, South Dakota, host of the bottom side of the Region 4A semifinal bracket. Vermillion Tanagers traveling in the number 3 team, traveling to number 2, Dakota Valley. 42-34 is the score. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Again, we appreciate you tuning in, no matter who you are, no matter where you may be at. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Heath Nimke. I already got a message from Adam Shoresman, said he's doing some scouting. Always good to catch up with Adam after he made the move from T down to Wayne State.
I'm glad to see that T's not in this region anymore.
100%, but we didn't exactly get the most favorable replacement in Sioux Falls Christian joining the region as well.
That's a different debate. And that's no debate when it comes to high school coaches. I know they don't control any of that.
Rebound was controlled by Emerson Mead, and she was bumped out of bounds by Madigan Wallen. That is Wallen's third personal foul and the first team foul here by the Tanagers in this quarter. 1 team foul apiece through 3.5 minutes played in quarter number 3. Otten to Warden, who got the double screen. Now she'll drive right, lay in no, but she's bumped and hits the deck pretty hard. She'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2 free throws.
Good attack by Dakota Valley. Maybe not the best of looks, but hey, force something up there. And if you're not going to get the shot to fall, go to the free throw line. Get a couple, see if you can't sink them here like Battleship.
First free throw is good by Aubrey Warden. Panthers a perfect 7 of 7 from the free throw line here in the ball game.
Little things, Cole. Little things. Those you start paying attention to that number right there later in this game and tell me how much of a difference it makes.
Second one is off the mark. And the rebound is controlled by the Tanagers. Down 9, 4:12 to play in quarter number 3 in a hostile Dakota Valley High School. Packed house, good crowd on hand, very loud on both sides of the gymnasium. Roovers gets the pass, drives right, lay in no, but she's going to be contacted in the body. Maybe hit a little ball as well. Roovers to the free throw line.
I should have put up the instant replay on that because that time Vermillion completely cleared out offensively looking for the kick and shoot 3, but also it's giving room to operate for Roovers. Missed free throw. But also, one other thing it does do is we saw once again Dakota Valley didn't maybe make necessarily a lot of corrections. We saw 3 different girls try to crash and help shut down Roovers, but in the end, she took the shot.
15 points now for Taylor Roovers. The Tanagers are 10 of 14 from the free throw line. Again, we'll keep on harping in those numbers as in the first matchup, the Tanagers shot 32 of them but only made 17. Otten with the long 3 is off the mark, but it's saved in the corner. And now before the ball is thrown off of Jensen's foot, a timeout called by head coach Tammy Lilly. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside and take it with them. Back to Dakota Valley High School in 30 seconds.
Advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box. Proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back, Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV, your home for all things Tanager athletics. After the Tammy Lilly timeout to save the possession with 3:43 to go in the third quarter, they will inbound it right in front of their own bench. 30 on the shot clock, 3:40 now on the game clock. For Dakota Valley, again in their home whites, going right to left. Lob inside Otten, gets 2 defenders to jump, and she slides through the lane. Turnover, possession back to Vermillion.
Going back to that last timeout, good timeout used by Tammy Lilly there for the Dakota Valley Panthers. But also, if you're Dakota Valley, we talk about Vermillion so much in this third quarter of trying to get back into it. If you're Dakota Valley, it's starting to get to that point in this third quarter that you can really get some separation. And in the end, a bad illegal screen leads to an offensive foul against the Vermillion Tanagers.
Mara Thomas kind of removed through her screen. First personal foul on her. Now the third team foul on the Vermillion Tanagers. So a couple turnovers back and forth gives Dakota Valley the basketball with 3:20 to play in quarter number 3. They'll get it left wing Emerson Mead now to Otten. Now inside Betzworth in the corner. Pass inside Mead. She tries dishing it over to Warden. It was loose, and then she picked it back up, and Warden's going to toss it to where Ella Otten was about 3 seconds before that ball was thrown.
And Tammy Lilly really getting into her girls right now. She needs to, because these are just bad possessions offensively for the Dakota Valley Panthers. I just mentioned it a moment ago. When you're up by 8, it feels like you have that opportunity to really give a knockout punch. If you're the Panthers, you just got to make something happen.
Now we're going to foul well away from the basketball. So far, through 5 minutes of play here in quarter number 3, it is 9-6 in favor of the Vermillion Tanagers. And we get an away from the basketball foul on Emerson Mead, her third personal and the third team foul on Dakota Valley. So both teams with 3 team fouls with just under 3 minutes to play in the third. A lot of threes.
Seemed like Mead and Thomas just got their feet tangled up, but the official saw it differently.
Jensen tries doing a spin move inside, blocked away by Aubrey Warden. And then she almost lost her footing at half court, but was able to keep the back foot down. As you see, all the coaches on the Dakota Valley side saying just slow down. Let's get this thing under control. And now Tammy Lilly will call an offensive set. Warden back at the logo over to Mead into a cutting Betzworth. Kicks out. Now bounce pass inside, stolen away by Brooke Jensen. First personal foul on her, and now she tries lobbing one up to Roovers through a triple team, and it was deflected out of bounds.
I know that baseline near side is kind of hard to see with this camera angle, but I will tell you this much. It's right there. That scoreboard basically is the line, as you kind of see that it went out of bounds there.
A couple of subs in both ways. Sophie Meyer checks in for Dakota Valley. Lexi Hansen checks in for Vermillion. Roovers brings it across the timeline and the DV letter logo. In the Jensen in the lane, she's spin, now she's stuck. Using the lane for about 7 seconds. Now out to Roovers. She drives left lane, got it, nothing but nylon. John Brooks wants a contact and a foul. Nothing going to get called there. Now all of a sudden down to a 6-point ball game once again. Drive the other way. Lay in Emerson Mead. That one's too strong, no good. Jensen with the rebound. Hand off to Roovers. Got a little bit of a break. Now she'll stutter step, drive right. Lay in, no. Blocked away by Emerson Mead.
Great play offensively, great play defensively. If you're Taylor Roovers, that's exactly who you want to have the basketball. You love that she attacks. And once again, just Dakota Valley seeing that Roovers is attacking the hoop and brings back the help defense. And player one's not going to get there. Make sure the second player is coming in with the block.
Hansen tries bouncing a pass inside of Jensen. It was loose, then Jensen picked it back up. Her shot is up and good. 8 points for Brooke Jensen, down to a 4-point game. And the Tanager crowd up on their feet on the far side here in Dakota Valley High School. Otten stutters, drives middle, lay in, got it. What a move and what a shot. What a finish by the freshman Ella Otten. Just 6 points, but those 6 points have been very tough coming.
And remember, this was the 11-point game at halftime. Vermillion gets it all the way down to 4, and it just feels like this one is on the edge right now that either team can go.
Roovers drives. She's going to be contacted on her drive and a foul called. Dakota Valley crowd and fans. Same thing. I was going to say fans and bench. Not going to like that one, but they'll get an explanation. First personal foul on Sophie Meyer. 4th team foul. Tammy Lilly wanted to travel. Getting an explanation there from Austin Spurlick. First free throw is good by Taylor Roovers. 18 points for her Tanagers. 11 of 15 from the free throw line. And Dakota Valley, 7 of 8. Second free throw is up. That one's nothing but net as well. 19 points for the freshman Taylor Roovers. Back to a 4-point ball game once again. And now everybody here in North Sioux City up on their feet for this possession. 62 seconds to go in the third. Ella Otten, good response from her. It's freshman versus freshman. We talked about it in the pregame show. The freshman phenoms going back and forth.
And it's just great possessions here by Dakota Valley. I know with, again, these fans standing up here, it's going to be a little bit hard to see on the camera, but great possessions for Dakota Valley.
Roovers inside floater. That one's off the mark, no good. Mead with the rebound. The ball was poked away by Roovers, but Otten able to get it back. About 5-6 seconds separate shot clock and game clock. So Panthers will have to get a shot off before the third quarter buzzer. Otten back all the way to the DV letter logo with the paw scratch in the middle as well. Tries calling for a screen now with 13, now with 12. She goes right, now 11, now 10. Mead has it. She'll drive middle, left-handed floater. Got it to go. That was the freshman Katie Betzworth. 9 points for her. We're under 10 seconds to go. 8-point lead for DV. Now 5, now 4. Roovers. She'll drive left. Contact. Whistle. No, a travel called before the shot. Turnover. Possession back to Dakota Valley with 1.5 to go here in the third.
As Vermillion brought it back down to a 4-point lead, Cole, Dakota Valley has scored on every single offensive possession since that point, going back up by 8 here.
DV inbounds it in, and that is how the third quarter will end. After 24 minutes of play, 49-41 here in North Sioux City. We're going to step aside, back to the Dakota Valley High School in 60 seconds.
To keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Nice. Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like Tanager.
Back to the Vermillion Booster Club press box. Proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athletes.
Welcome back, Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV, your home for all things Tanager athletics. The Tanagers down 8, 49-41. 8 minutes of regulation to play here in Dakota Valley High School. A quick look up north. Sioux Falls Christian leads the Lennox Orioles 31-26 with about 5 minutes to go in the third quarter up in Sioux Falls. Dakota Valley started with the basketball going right to left. Betzworth lost it for a moment, now back out to Summervold. Back inside Betzworth. Betzworth now Otten, 17 on the shot clock for the Panthers. Drives in the middle, Euro steps inside, can't get that shot to fall. Out of bounds, they're going to say last touched by Maya Halverson as she went to go save it, but could not get it without going out of bounds.
Cole, when you talk about girls high school basketball, a lot of coaches also say if you can score 60, you would be in a good spot to win a lot of games. I feel like right now that's where we're at. The race to 60 is on.
Fresh shot clock as well as the shot did hit the rim. Ball is stolen away by Jensen, but she lost it as she tried passing it up. And now a jump ball called. Possession arrow will be in favor of the Vermillion Tanagers. John Brooks didn't realize in time that he had possession. He tried jumping up and getting timeout, but it was late.
Lucky. Sometimes it's, let's say, better have some luck.
There's always a guy that I golfed with from Bonholm. His name was Landon Bars, and his shoes always said, better to be lucky than good. Let me tell you, he was lucky on the golf course. I've never seen anything like it. Luckier than you, and that's saying something. Inside Jensen, she'll drive right now, triple team, skips out Maya Halverson. Left wing three, gonna be too strong, no good. Ball is loose, rebound is still loose, and is picked up by Emerson Mead, who lost it, and now Mead is fouled as she was pushed from behind along the sideline. I believe it's gonna be the fourth personal foul on Madigan Wallen, the first team foul on either side here in quarter number 4.
And you're not mad that it's Wallen's fourth, even though she is getting subbed out of the game right now, but more specifically, it's such an early first to give, potentially, if your head coach John Brooks trailing and you need to give fouls late, it could send Dakota Valley to the free throw line sooner than what you would want. And as I say that, already 2 in the first, 63 seconds? Put that in the book right now as dangerous for the Vermillion Tanagers.
Third personal on Roofers, the second team foul as well, like you said, in the first 63 seconds. Quick inbound pass to Betzworth. Her shot's off the mark, no good. Maya Halverson with her third rebound of the ball game. Tanagers did outscore Dakota Valley 15-12 in that third quarter, but Dakota Valley ended that quarter on a 5-0 run.
So they got down within 4 in that quarter as well. Great job offensively from the Vermillion Tanagers.
Lexi Hansen takes the elbow jumper, got her hands smacked well after the shot, and she will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. It is the fourth personal foul on Cameron Summervold, who is still the leading scorer for Dakota Valley. She scored 11 in the first, 6 in the second, has yet to score since. First free throw up and good for Lexi Hansen. First points of the ball game for her.
Also, war of attrition as well. This is when everything that you played for when it comes to tight games, Coach John Brooks always alludes to it. Why we play in these type of classics is for big moments like this, and this is where the war of attrition starts to take over.
Lexi Hansen, a 36% free throw shooter, just went 2 for 2. Summervold tries responding. Her shot off the mark and no good. Casey Hansen with the big defensive rebound. Again, back down to 6 points, 49-43. Like you always say, war of attrition. Neither of these teams go deep into their bench whatsoever, so that'll play a big factor. Again, Tanagers, the starters, are able to rest their legs after the game against Canton on Tuesday. Guys, to a running clock. Dakota Valley played a track meet for all 4 quarters. Roovers strives, floater with 9, got it. Taylor Roovers leads all scoring, 21 points, back down to 4.
And John Brooks, as a head coach, is fired up. He's giving some fist bumps to the air, pumping his fist. He's excited.
Mead kicks over to Otten for 3. That one's off the back iron and no, and the rebound's going to go out of bounds. Nobody will touch it. Possession back to the Vermillion Tanagers.
We talked the first 63 seconds that Vermillion had given up 2 fouls, but now, Cole, when you start talking about the first 2.5 minutes plus to start this fourth quarter, Dakota Valley has not scored. So just when you give a little advantage to one team, they give it courtesy right back, and this is starting to be nervous moments if you're Tammy Lilly and the Dakota Valley Panthers.
A full timeout called by head coach John Brooks. The Vermillion Tanagers, we will step aside and take it with them back to DVHS in 60 seconds.
flying out of the way to miss your car, deer, and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the Tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Timeouts are more than just a break. They're an opportunity. At Blue Tin Design and Marketing, we help small town businesses shine, just like your team on game day. From creative branding to digital marketing, we're here to support your community. Let's build something great together. Visit bluetindesign.com.
Hey,
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athletes.
As they come back out of the timeout, both fan bases up on their feet and making some noise, specifically the DV students. Again, they were on the left side of the court. In the first half, they moved to the right side. Out of the John Brooks timeout, Tanagers with the basketball. 5.5 minutes to go in quarter number 4. Casey Hansen, right wing, bounce past the Roovers. She'll take that all day. Off the left side of the iron and no good. Rebound is loose. It is picked up by Dakota Valley. Emerson Meade's 5th. Otten has it left wing, wide open inside Betzworth, blocked away by Lexi Hansen, but a late whistle and a foul called. So the freshman Katie Betzworth will go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
Yeah, and that's just a moment there. If you're coming from behind, you got to know Lexi Hansen. Great look, just can't bring that supporting hand on the back of a player. The officials are going to call it every single time.
First free throw up and good for Katie Betzworth. She's now 3 for 3 in the ball game. DV, 8 of 9 from the line.
And also, again, want to say one other thing. When we switch over to the Vermillion side of offensive possessions for them, it might be tough at times just because we are in the crowd with the camera. So a few heads every once in a while get in the way.
Lexi Hansen left corner 3. That one's off the back iron and no good. Well, not the highest quality of shots that quick into the shot clock, and it gives possession right back to the Panthers.
Yeah, 100% agree with you, Cole, and maybe not the exact player you want taking that type of 3 either. You trust your big 3.
Meade pulls up from 3, and maybe not exactly the best shot that Dakota Valley wants either. Just kind of stutter stepped with that right foot and then pulled up with an awkward stance. A couple of quick shots, but it's all a wash.
Yeah,
zeros on both sides.
If you're either team, you're like, all right, well, we both had bad looks from 3 because, like I said, both that you I don't know necessarily want those players taking it, and both way too quick on the shot clock to be taking that type of 3 in a game like this.
Casey Hansen, floater inside, off the mark, no good. Rebound's going to be tied up, and the possession arrow points in favor of the hometown Panthers. 4:26 to go in quarter number 4. You can see John Brooks kind of motioning there. Just get some motion on the offensive end. Again, 2 quick shots in a row, 30 on the shot clock, 23 on the shot clock for that last one.
And I'm not quite for sure the exact number, Cole. You might have it there. Offensive rebounds, they have not been a lot for the Vermillion Tanagers. It's probably an opportunity for an offensive board right there on that last possession.
Otten, she's bumped from behind before she takes her shot.
A huge hockey check there by Brooke Jensen.
Yeah, I was going to say that was the correct call. Second personal on Brooke Jensen. Now already with 4:14 to go in the fourth team foul. So every foul from here, and no matter if we play 19 overtimes, we're in the bonus, are the DV Panthers. Now she gets a block, and now she gets her 3rd personal foul, as she got too much arm and shoulder as she came down with that block attempt.
Yeah, that one's always a tough one to give. The last one, of course, a silly foul, but that one just battling inside. And head coach John Brooks knows how the camera angle. Straight up is what he's saying. When you go in for block, that's how it has to be every single time.
First free throw up and good. Aubrey Warden, 13 points for her. Panthers now 9 of 11 from the free throw line, with 4:10 to play in quarter number 4. Second one up, nothing but net for Aubrey Warden. 14 points, again, not quite the leading scorer for the Panthers. Cameron Somervold has 17, Aubrey Warden 14, Katie Betzworth 10, Ella Otten 8. Ball is loose for the Tanagers, but it's picked back up halfway through quarter number 4. Lob pass inside. It's not a very smart pass that time by Brooke Jensen, stolen away by Emerson Mead. And now DV will slow things up.
Everything has to be slow. Everything has to be methodical inside. Now that Dakota Valley has hit bonus, you have to make sure your possessions are working. Things inside to draw the foul. It was messy, it was sloppy, but they say in hockey or even in soccer, pick up the garbage in front of net and put it back up, and sometimes good things happen.
That ball was loose for a solid 8 seconds there, it felt like, and now we're going to get first personal foul on Casey Hansen. So no matter what, again, they are shooting 2 free throws from here on out. First one is good by Katie Betzworth. 11 of 13 now are the Panthers, and there's a lot of young kids screaming after every made free throw. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but we sure can up here in DVHS. Second one up, that one's off the back iron and no good. One offensive rebound by Emerson Mead, 6th rebound for her in the contest. Ella Otten will slow things down, 3.5 to go in quarter number 4. Again, an 8-point lead now all of a sudden for Dakota Valley. Summervold has it top of the key. She dribbles to the elbow, back out to Otten. 16 on the shot clock for the Panthers. Drive middle, floater, got it for Ella Otten. Double figures now for Otten. She's the 4th Panther in double figures. She has 10. 10-point lead for Dakota Valley, and a timeout taken by head coach John Brooks. A 30-second timeout with 3:10 to play in the 4th. 55-45 your score. Back to DVHS in 30 seconds.
Early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athletes.
Welcome back inside Dakota Valley High School. Very fitting title of this song, Head Up. And I believe that is somewhere along the lines of what John Brooks is saying to his squad out of his timeout, saying, all right, we had it down to 4. It's now up to 10. Let's just do what we were doing earlier and trying to get some points on the board. Again, Heath Nimke, you said earlier it was a race to 60. We're looking like that still. Wallen, layup too strong as she could not quite get her footing underneath her. Warden with the rebound. 3 minutes to play in the 4th.
This is a huge possession, Cole. If you get this down to 5 seconds on the shot clock and score if you're Dakota Valley, ball game.
Warden has it, 18, 17, 16 on the shot clock for DV. Mead drives right baseline, lay-in, got it. Emerson Mead, first 2 points of the ball game, but a very huge 2 points. 57-45, 2.5 minutes to go.
And for Vermillion, this is dangerous territory.
Roovers, long, quick 3 off the mark, no good.
And that's what I was talking about, because now you just as an offense completely hurried up. You're not doing set offense anymore. You're just trying to make something happen, and you got to have those threes. And I mean, no blame to Roovers for shooting that type of shot. It's a high volume shot that you're not going to make a lot, but if you're going to trust somebody to shoot it, it's going to be Taylor Roovers. Unfortunately, not able to hit it.
2:10 to play, 21 on the shot clock, 60-second timeout called by head coach Tammy Lilly. We'll step aside and take it with him. Back to North Sioux City in a minute.
Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregate, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athletes.
Welcome back to Dakota Valley High School, home of the Dakota Valley Panthers, number 2 team in the Region 4A playoffs as we are in the Region Semifinals. I was about to look at an update from the game up in Sioux Falls, but went to commercial, so we'll get you that update here in a second. Quick inbound out of the 60-second Tammy Lilly timeout, and they'll slow things down. 2:03 to play in quarter number 4. 12, now 11, now 10 on the shot clock for the Panthers. Betzworth, the freshman off the bench, hands it off to Otten. Wide open, 3, got it. Defensive miscommunication there by the Tanagers. Ella Otten now 13 points for her, 15-point lead for Dakota Valley, and the race to 60 is complete. Roovers drives middle, floater off the back iron. That one's going to fall in for her. 23 points for the freshman. Back down to 13 points. Otten tries forcing a pass. It's out of bounds. It hit off of her when she was out of bounds. And then we are going to get a late whistle and turnover. Possession to Vermillion. Good job by the officials. Even though it might have been late, still got the right call.
And great job by Vermillion defense. You need some quick buckets. You need some defensive turnovers. Down 13. This is how everything goes your way in the final few seconds.
80 seconds to play. Roovers long 3. That one's going to be short, no good. Warden with her 7th rebound of the ball game. Now passes batted around, stolen away by Roovers. Roovers to Jensen. Back to Roovers. Lay in, no. Contact, whistle, and a foul. Taylor Roovers to the free throw line. 66 seconds left to play.
Not a bad foul to give. I'm okay with giving up the points as well. A fast break, a turnover there by Dakota Valley, up by 13. You feel like if you're Tammy Lilly with 66 seconds left in this game, you're feeling comfortable that you can win. Just want to make sure that everything is taken care of. Do it again, like we talked about. Do the small things right. Make sure you have your press defense or press offense ready on how to break it.
25 points now for Roovers. Tanagers are 16 of 20 from the free throw line. It's back down to 11. 63 seconds to play. That's a travel, whistle, and it is called. Good call by our officials. Panthers now struggling to get it out of their own backcourt.
Tammy Lilly needs to call a timeout right now because we just saw 3 girls run up court. Like, hey, we're not playing press defense. Just run up court. Like, Dakota Valley has to come back. Right now, you just have to get across the half-court line. You got to make sure you're playing things right offensively if you're the Panthers.
Inbound to Roovers, under 60 seconds to play. Roovers off the glass, off the mark, no good. Summervold with her 6th rebound of the ball game. Lob up ahead, Otten. Otten, at what point, if you're Vermillion, do you foul, if at all? Looks like they're just going to sag off. Got to get some more ball pressure if you want the ball back. Summervold, guarded by Wallen, has a count now to Otten. It appears that Vermillion is just not going to foul. Otten drives, lay in, good. 15 points for Ella Otten. Shot clock is off. DV students chanting start the buses with a 13-point lead. Jensen's 3, that one's good. 11 points for her, 2nd assist for Roovers. Ball is loose and out of bounds. It's to the Tanagers. But with a 10-point lead, a lack of defense on the last possession, really a lack of care on offense here, it's much too little too late.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cole, like you said, you would love a couple big buckets here, but 19 seconds just not going to be enough.
Casey Hansen in the corner. She'll drive baseline out to Jensen. Shot up and count the bucket and the foul for Brooke Jensen. 13 points now for her in the ball game. And we're going to see if we get a Tammy Lilly timeout anytime soon.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I don't, if I'm Tammy Lilly, I'm not liking the way this is finishing, though. It feels like it still went from very comfortable to all of a sudden we're doing a lot of the little things wrong all of a sudden.
Free throw off the mark. Ball is loose, out of bounds. They're going to say last touched by the Vermillion Tanagers. Hard to see from our angle. A lot better angle there by our officials on the baseline. Dakota Valley now chanting, I believe that we just won. Panthers still do have to get it across the half-court stripe. And they will. Betzworth will dribble across, and they will hold the basketball. What a ball game here in Dakota Valley High School. The number 2 team in Dakota Valley in Region 4, they will knock off the number 3 team in Region 4, the Vermillion Tanagers, 62-54. The Dakota Valley Panthers are off to the SODAC 16. They will hold either the number 1 or the number 2 seed in the land.
Cole, there's going to be so much that is said about these two teams, and you know how things go eventually between these groups and what great teams they are, but just in the end, it wasn't enough when it comes down to the Vermillion Tanagers, and we'll talk a lot more about it in post-game. Just a little bit of a struggle for them this evening, and tough to way for these seniors to go out this way, but great job by the Dakota Valley Panthers.
Again, Dakota Valley with the victory, 62-54. They will advance to the SODAC 16 next Tuesday. We've got a full post game lined up, stats and analysis, scores from across the state of South Dakota, all on the way next on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dog. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
The best way to get through winter is to start planning for spring. And Grossenberg has new Honda walk-behind self-propelled mowers in stock. 3 models to choose from, residential up to commercial grade, starting at $900. Each mower features a powerful, reliable Honda GBC 200 engine, cruise control, and roto-stop technology that allows you to step away from the mower without stopping the engine. Get ready for spring with a new Honda mower from Grossenberg. Stop by one of our 9 locations today or go to grossenberg.com for more details.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
The pressure was certainly on the Vermillion Tanagers this season, and it's always going to be on when you are the defending State A champions. One thing about this group for the Vermillion girls was they brought back plenty of experience. And one thing that John Brooks wanted to know about his group was we're going to go through a gauntlet once again. It doesn't matter who it is. We are going to play the best teams across the state of South Dakota. And week in and week out, the Vermillion girls do exactly that. In fact, in the end, they lose as many games this season as they did last year on their way to a state title. The only difference this year is they don't even make it to the SODAC 16. Certainly a lot of conversations will always be said about this region and how tough it is to get out of it. But at the very end, once the tears are over and you have some time of reflection, you can give a lot of praise to this group of seniors and these group of girls that not only won themselves a state title, but fought to the very bitter end, but just unfortunately here this evening, not able to get it done. This is the Vermillion Tanagers Live post-game show. I'm Heath Nimke, along with the man who called this game this evening, Cole Larsch. And Cole, as I just kind of give the overcap and review of this season for the Vermillion girls, it was for Dakota Valley jumping out to a lead immediately in this game, and that was actually the difference maker, Cole. It's hard to think about, but Vermillion never had a lead in this game. They tied it up, of course, early in the game, but never eventually had the lead. And Dakota Valley, as great as they are this entire season, was able to find a way in the end to finish it off.
Yeah, I got to give a lot of credit to Dakota Valley. I mean, this team, we knew coming into this game, and not only this game, but also this season, is they're going to be a very high contender for the state championship. And you look at it, you know, the whole talk was, of course, you want to stay away from Sioux Falls Christian in your region bracket, but you also kind of got to lose-lose, because I think the only win-win was if Sioux Falls Christian and Dakota Valley were on the same side, then you had a more clear path because both these teams are just that good. But you got to give a lot of credit to them. Like you said, they came out early, they came out hot, and that's exactly lead. They came out to an 8-point lead. Like you said, Vermillion tied it up 20 apiece, and then 22 apiece were the two ties that they had. So, I mean, this is exactly what we said. Even in the pregame show was against Canton, they came out a little slow, could not really get anything going. It was eerily similar to the first Canton game, and then here tonight, came out a little slow, came out a little nervous, and then all of a sudden it was, we're down by 8 against a really good team, and they just could not quite mount the comeback.
Yeah, and that's ultimately what it is. It's just, we talked about during the broadcast, the little things, got to make sure you execute them right. And Vermillion had their opportunities, and that, I think, was huge even late in that third quarter. All of a sudden, you're looking at yourself a 4-point game after you're trailing by 11 at halftime and said, hey, this is our moment. This is where we flip the script back to our favor. This is when we make the state well aware that we are going to defend our state title. They just couldn't get a last opportunity, a bucket to fall. And also from there, Dakota Valley went on 3 straight possessions to end that third quarter, Cole, to make it 49-41 going into the fourth quarter. And again, never surrendered the lead. I said the first one to get to 60 wins this game, and Dakota Valley did exactly that. I'll give it to you for your final game numbers.
Again, 62-54, the final score in favor of the Dakota Valley Panthers. First final stats for the Vermillion Tanagers, who will finish their season 18-4. Taylor Roovers, again, part of the trio of the freshman phenoms we highlighted in the beginning of this, in the pregame show, 25 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks for her. Brooke Jensen, 13 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals. 6 points apiece for Casey Hansen and Madigan Wallen, and 2 points apiece for Maya Halverson and Lexi Hansen. They shot 16 of 21 from the free throw line. They scored 9 in the first, 17 in the second, 15 in the third, 13 in the fourth for their total of 54 points. For the Dakota Valley Panthers, their leading scorer was Cameron Somervold, 17 points, all in the first half as well. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and 3 blocks. 4 in double figures to round it out for Dakota Valley. Ella Otten with 15 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Aubrey Warden with 14 points, 7 rebounds, assist, and a block. Katie Betzworth with 11 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist. Bella Stokes with a long 3 back in that second quarter. And Emerson Mead with 2 points and 6 rebounds to round out their scoring. They shot 11 of 14 from the free throw line. They scored 15 in the first, 22 in the second, 12 in the third, 13 in the fourth for their total of 62 points. Dakota Valley advances to the SODAC 16 with a record of 20-2, and with under a minute left to go in the fourth quarter, Sioux Falls Christian with a 14-point lead over Lennox. So, barring any changes in that ball game, Sioux Falls Christian will be the 1. Dakota Valley will be the 2 in the girls' SODAC 16. Again, your final score here, 62-54, as we see on the court. Dakota Valley, all kinds of celebrations going on, a bunch of players playing basketball, and on the Vermillion side of things, we've seen no action yet. Again, Obviously a rough end to a great season, trying to defend and become back-to-back state champions, but you still got to look at all the positives. 18-4, playing the really tough schedule that they did, losing to 2 number 1 teams, and now you can say a number 2 team and a really contested Elk Point Jefferson game. So still, 18 wins in Region 4A and DAC-12, you will take that every single season.
Like you said, DAC-12 champions. During the regular season, it's going to be kind of funny to say, if Sioux Falls Christian goes on to win a state title, if Dakota Valley goes on to win a state title, as Vermillion, you can say we beat those teams actually during the regular season. We, especially like Sioux Falls Christian, they had one loss all season long. It was us that did it. There's so many things to be proud of, but at the end, that's not the goal for the Vermillion girls. There was one goal for them, and that was to defend their title. And yes, eventually you're going to look back and you're going to, for Casey Hansen, Brooke Jensen, you're going to remember what happened your junior year. You're going to remember the moments in Brookings of winning a state title. But just unfortunately, as seniors, not able to get it done. And for this Vermillion group, this is just continue to build a fire. And that's what this has to be is, yes, we lost against a good Dakota Valley team, but this region's not going to get any easier. The only thing that becomes difficult for Vermillion is maybe not as much experience from this group. You return Taylor Roovers, and that is it, because we talk about Casey, we talk about Brooke, but you can't forget about the other players as well that are also seniors. So you have Maya, you have Wallen that are also leaving as seniors. This is going to be, for John Brooks, a complete just build back for his group, have to re-chisel, bring some more players in, and just give him that experience. I know it's going to be a big learning curve for them going next year, and I don't know why they're taking so much time. That's the message right now, is enjoy and reflect. It's hard to do, but you certainly have nothing to be disappointed in this season. And Cole, you look at Vermillion girls basketball from your time here calling games for Vermillion to where they are now. This has always been a passionate fan base, but one thing is, year in and year out, Vermillion girls basketball, Vermillion boys basketball for that matter, it seems to grow each and every year. This whole entire town is behind these two teams.
Again, like you said, nothing but green grass up ahead. Obviously, the loss is going to sting, but eventually you give them a couple days, they're going to sit back and reflect on the season and reflect on last year's state championship. A lot of good things to look back on for this Tanager squad. Let's take a look at some scores from around the state of South Dakota. Aberdeen-Roncalli advanced to the SODAC 16 with a 46-16 win. Number 3, Sisseton leads Groton area 41-40 with under a minute to go in that ball game there. In Region 2, Hamlin and Sioux Valley are in the SODAC 16 with their wins in their region. In Region 3, Flandreau and West Central, the 1 and 3 seeds in Region 3, are off to the SODAC 16 again. In Region 4, it has now gone final. Sioux Falls Christian defeats Lennox 49-33. Sioux Falls Christian will be the 1. Dakota Valley will be the 2 in the SODAC 16. In Region 5, Wagner and Mount Vernon Plankington advance to the SODAC 16 with wins in Region 5. In Region 6, Mobridge Pollock and Miller, the 2 teams that will advance to Tuesday. Makpia-Luta and Lakota Tech will advance in Region 7. And in Region 8, St. Thomas More and Rapid City Christian are on to the SODAC 16. We take a look at area regions in Class B. In Region 3, Del Rapids St. Mary is on to the SODAC 16 with a 54-44 win. And Sanborn Central Woonsocket leads Coleman-Egan 28-22 at the half. For Region 4, number 1 Centerville is on to the SODAC 16, and number 2 Parker on to the SODAC 16 as well. In your final score, 62-54 here inside Dakota Valley High School. Heath Nimke one more time. Again, the loss is going to sting, but you have a lot of good things to reflect on if you're the seniors of this squad. And if you're the young members of the squad, well, you've now got a little bit of a pit in your stomach, and you can use that as motivation for next season.
Yep. One other thing I want to say, and this will be my only tangent that I complain about to the state when it comes to this region, I hope Sioux Falls Christian and or Dakota Valley wins a state title. It'll be back-to-back years that we see a 4A team come out. In fact, Cole, I hope the state championship game is Dakota Valley, Sioux Falls Christian, because that would also represent exactly how it was last year when it comes to T and Vermillion when they were also playing the state championship last year. So I kind of hope these two teams do see each other in the state championship game of Sioux Falls Christian and Dakota Valley. So, I mean, again, it's just tough for this region. But, yeah, it's going to be certainly a reflection. And I know head coach John Brooks and the girls haven't come out of the locker room yet. And I don't blame them. Take as much time as you certainly want to.
And 62-54 your final. Dakota Valley will be the number 2 seed in the SODAC 16. Sioux Falls Christian will be the number 1 seed. As we flip the page over to boys basketball, they will take on Parker tomorrow for their final game of the season. Myself and Heath Nimke actually have the game off as Shane Merrill and squad up at Parker Pheasants Live will take care of that. And then we will move to the boys regions on Monday and Thursday. All coverage right here on Vermillion Tanagers Live. Again, Tanager girls end their season 18-4. Dakota Valley on to the SODAC 16 at 20-2. For my broadcast partner, producer, cameraman, color commentator, almost called you Spencer Bewley, that's Mr. Heath Nimke. I've been Cole Larsch. We appreciate you for tuning in. We will see you for boys region basketball on Monday, hopefully inside the bird cage. But until then, have yourself a wonderful weekend, and please go out and enjoy this spring weather.